why the market always goes against you? Many times after you've bought a share, then share prices started to drop. Is it because that the market doesn't like you? How do we overcome this situation then? M Plus Wiz, which alerts on potential entry for trending stocks, might do the trick for you. Have you ever wondered why the market always goes against you? Many times after you've bought a share, then share prices started to drop. Is it because that the market doesn't like you? How do we overcome this situation then?
All right. Oh, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Elkie here with you guys today on the second last Monday for the month of September. Okay, today is 20th September, and we are here today, looking at our local FBM KLCI is in red. Okay, it's down by 14.39 points as of afternoon break. Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me? All right. Uh, Andrew saying today market very nice. Yep, it's a little bit too nice for me to comment on it. All right. Okay. Anyway, if you can hear me, it's Elkie here today, and thank you for your time joining our session today. And if you can hear me, then please let me know that you can hear me. Then we can just proceed further. Okay. Meanwhile, if we look at our market today, we can see the sentiment is really being hit, whereby we can see that we have 883 counters down. Okay, minutes. All right. Let me put up my screen. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, share. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So you can see from my screen that our index is down by 14.39, and we can see the R883 counters down today. Meanwhile, the up counters is only 172. So when the decliners, when the losers are more than 700, we can generally see that the market sentiment is like really that weak. Okay, and when it goes, it can go as many as more than 1,000 counters, and that would be really bad for the market. And generally during that time, we can see that the index should be dropped 20, about like 30 plus points like that. Okay, so what happening to the market today? Why the index is so down? And if you look across what happening on other region, okay, if we look at other region, like if we look at Hang Seng, okay, we can see Hang Seng is down almost near to 1,000 points. It dropped 4% due to the Evergrande incident. Okay, Evergrande, it dropped nearly 17%. And if you're asking, okay, why Nikkei is not dropping, Shanghai is not dropping, and only us, Korea is okay. Okay, in one glance you can see, why only Hang Seng and also Australia ASX is dropping? That is because today is public holiday. Public holiday in Japan, in China, and also in Korea. Okay, today is the holiday in these three countries, so that's why you are not seeing these three countries are moving. Okay, yeah, actually the regional indexes, they are being hit, and also we are seeing US Dow futures is going down as well. So our local FBM KLCI cannot avoid, it's inevitable, but we are also down about almost 1% today. Okay, yeah. So if we look at on our top gainers today, we can see there are quite a number of the put warrants, HSI put warrant that coming up, that contributed to the 172 counters, including some of the, you can see S&P 500 put warrant as well. Okay, so basically it's they are fear in the market. You can see they are fear in the market on this whether this Evergrande debt crunch gonna affect the global economy well doing or not, whether the impact gonna spill over or not. And at of right now, we are still do not know. Okay, we are still do not know, because for this Evergrande, it is facing a default on its debt burden of roughly 300 billion. Okay, and some link it to a similar like Lehman Brothers bankruptcy. Okay, which marked a 13-year anniversary last year. But some also think that it is too big to fail, whereby the Chinese government will definitely intervene and help to reduce the impact and the implications to the global economy. Okay, and as of right now, we are still do not know how the thing's gonna go, and we have to, what we can do is we have to just reduce our position on some high risk counter and keep cash, or go into some defensive counters with high dividend yield. Okay, all right. So meanwhile, if we come back to our local front, okay, if we come back to our local front, we can still see some counters moving higher, but we do not see a very strong trend in any sector as of right now. What we still can look into is the recovery team, where it consists of constructions consists of some of the banking, consists some of the consumer products, but most of them today are on retracement as well. If we look at our local index FBM KLCI, okay, if we look at KLCI, okay, remember a few weeks back when we were talking about FBM KLCI, we have mentioned that 1550 1560 area should be a strong support, and when it comes to 1560 area, we do see a stalling. Okay, a stalling around here last week around 14 and 15 September. However, the rebound doesn't come. Okay, the rebound doesn't come, but it break below the 1550, and we are seeing a a stronger a stronger dive. Okay, we are seeing a dive towards the next resistance about 1530. Okay, so as of right now, as of afternoon section closing, it is at 1534. It's just 4 points away from 1530 support level. Okay, if we look at the index chart today, okay, we can see these are the two block right here. So we should see some buying support when the index comes to 1525 to 1530 area. Okay, so this is the area that we want to watch closely. Okay, and see if there is any chances of rebound from this area. Okay, especially for those who are looking for bargain hunting on some blue chip counters with strong fundamentals, but it is impacted due to all this ongoing incident and sentiment. Okay, so as when it comes to 1525 to 1530 levels, I only advise that if you want to do bargain hunting, only do it on those strong fundamentals, cheap blue chips at a cheaper price, so that you can buy on the rebound when the FBM KLCI forming the rebound. Okay. However, if we don't see a rebound from here, we might see the index continue to slip, but maybe in a slower motion to 1510 area. Okay, 1510 area. Okay, so that will be the two level that we are looking at as of right now, which is 1510 and also 1525 to 1530 on our local benchmark index FBM KLCI. Okay, so if we look at some of the potential counters that are still holding, personally, I'm still looking at some logistic counters. Why is it so? It's because most of the logistic counters, they are not moving too much recently. Okay, but most of them, they are stalling and going on sideways. So with the current selling down, all these logistic and transportation counters, they weren't being impacted too much, because since the price wasn't moving too much, this all these counters, they don't have too many retailers inside, don't have too many short-term speculators, retailers, traders inside, whereby it will keep them away from a short-term selling pressure due to all these events going on. Okay, in adding to that, we also seeing that the Baltic Exchange Dry Index rose to 4,275, which is its record high since 2009. With this upward trending Baltic Exchange Dry Index, we might see the trading interest might come into all these transportation logistic counters. Okay, and that's why I'm looking very closely if I see any strong bullish reversal or increasing trading interest into all these transportation and logistics stocks, that it might tell me it is rebounding. Okay, and one of it that I'm looking at it is Tesco. Okay, we can see Tesco is breaking below the downward trend line. Okay, we are seeing the Tesco is breaking below downward trend line, and there stands a possibility that this is a false break and rebound back above the trend line. Okay, So this is one counter that I'm looking at it very closely. Okay. Other than that, we can see nothing too exciting today for the buy side. Okay. We can see Gamuda is trying to form some rebounds. Okay, but it's still a weak white candle. Okay, a weak candle. If we look at MTAL wise is breaking above, trying to break above the consolidation, a very small triangle or flag right here. Okay. Besides that, it will be PinePack trying to break above the consolidation area with the recent strong buying volume recently since July, since end of July. So these are some of the signals that potentially telling us that there might be some accumulation happening and the price is pressuring higher. Okay. And when the sentiment is weak, those counter that can really move are those that's having a lower share issue kind of counters. But you have to know that those are some of the high volatility, high risk kind of counter. Okay. Besides that, we can also look at some SCOMNET. Okay, SCOMNET with a potential rebounding after consolidation near high after the 10th of September spike rally. Okay, so these are some of the counters that we might want to look into if you are still on the buy side and you're still doing some of the trading interests. Otherwise, you want to monitor closely on some of the blue chips counters that might opt for a bottoming and rebounding kind of um, formations. Okay, so if we look at some of the very popularly traded counter, okay, I believe some of you are looking for Amico. How me is asking about Amico this morning. Okay, we can see Amico has moved up quite it moved up a lot. Actually, it's almost 150% from the low since early of this month. Okay, from 30 cents all the way up to 74.5 cents. And in between, from after the recent rally, after the rally in the beginning of September, we can see that is a pullback happening and continue to rally higher from the low of 40 cents. And that also marking a rally of 85% for the 1 to 3 for the past 5 days. 85% rally for the past 5 days. And we are seeing a shooting star happening today. Okay, if we go into a smaller time frame, if we go into a smaller time frame, we can see Amico is forming a MACD bearish divergence, which telling us that the buying momentum is slowing down. So for those who are trading Amico today or past for the last few days, you might really want to take this signal as a signal that the momentum is slowing down. The stock is set for a potential retracement, and you might want to reduce your holding or exit your positions for Amico. Okay. Munsil is asking about SKP. Okay. SKP Resources is forming quite a good formation. We can see it break the parabolic SAR, and it is pressuring upwards. And as long the price able to maintain above the support between 1 ringgit 77 cents to 1 ringgit 85 cents, I would say that this stock might still continue poised for a upward movement to 197 cents or even above the 2 ringgit levels. Okay, uh, so SKP Resources as of right now we can see it is still healthy. Adding to that, we are seeing the pullback without much volume. Okay, so this pullback is likely to be affected by the sentiment across the regional index and also across the whole market, but we don't see too many panic selling happening on SKP Resources. So when I talk about SKP Resources, I would look into VS. Okay, VS is set to release their earnings this month, and After ATA and also SKP Resources have announced a strong result, I would think that VS has a good chance that it gonna report a good earnings as well. Okay, in this month. Okay, we can see VS had a very good breakout on last Friday, and today is the follow through to near to the resistance of about at 1.55 at, and it pullback. It encounters some of the profit taking, okay, profit taking and also selling pressure, likely to spook by the market sentiment. However, if the price able to hold well above 1 ringgit 47 cents and re-break above 4 ringgit 50 cents, I'm still holding a positive view. I'm still optimistic on this counter that it might continue to perform and trade and trend higher from here. Okay, so I think VS is still good to look into it for VS. Okay, Ruku is asking about Timecom. Basically, we don't see too many move on Timecom, but it is trending lower from here. Okay, it is trending lower. It is approaching the support, and we are not seeing strong rebound from the support yet as of right now. And if it continue pressure below 4 ringgit 50 cents, then we might see a further selling on Timecom. Okay. Tommy is asking on the SYF. Okay, we are seeing some of the rebound on SYF, but given that we are seeing a strong reversal right over here, okay, if the price of SYF didn't is not able to rebound, you can see right here. This is the level. Okay, this area right here. This area right here is always the resistance, the rejection area, 41 cents to 42.5 cents. If I don't see a strong rebound above 42.5 cents, I would say that this rebound could be a fake one and it might continue to go sideways or trend lower. Okay, for SYF. So for SYF, I'm still holding a conservative view on SYF. Okay. Joe Ang. Okay, Joe Ang is asking about Mr. DIY. Okay. You share our video. Thank you very much for helping us to share our video and share our voice out. Okay. For Mr. DIY, okay, basically for Mr. DIY, we can see it is moving um on a sideway movement, but it is holding well and forming uptrending. Okay. It is forming well and forming uptrending. And Mr. DIY is considered as the consumer products category. And with the recovery team, all this thing, hopefully we are seeing a better performance on Mr. DIY. Okay, and if we see the rebound and break above 3 ringgit 95 cents more for Mr. DIY, we might see a further buying interest on Mr. DIY in short term to maybe 4 ringgit 15 cents and also 4 ringgit 35 cents for Mr. DIY. So overall, it still looks positive for Mr. DIY. Yeah, Joe. Okay. Okay. Damon is asking about DNO and Greatech. Okay, so how about the technology counters? We are seeing some of the technology counters are rebounding last week. Okay, especially last Friday, after we see the Apple new iPhone 30 release. Okay, so anyone here is up to order for iPhone 13? Anyone supporting the iPhone 13? If yes, please you can type one. Okay, so we can see how is iPhone 13 response to the market. Okay, the pre-order starts on October 1st. All right. However, if let's talk about the market for iPhone. If we look at historically, after the the Apple conference releasing the new Apple products, generally we are seeing some of the trading interest into some tech counters like Inari, um, Inari, and all this. Okay, so we can see that last Friday, after the conference, we are seeing quite a strong move in counters like Inari. Okay, a very strong upward move by buying entry trigger for Inari, great tech as well, great tech as well. Okay, so for technology index, we can see on last Friday is a very strong um buy signal. Okay, we are seeing it's a very strong buy signal trigger for technology index. However, with today the buying momentum doesn't continue, but it's turned into an inside bar as of right now, and it's a long one. Okay, this could be a reversal signal indicating that this is a false break. Okay, if this continue, if the reversal signal it comes through and trade below 19.6 for our technology index, we might see most of the tech counters will continue to trend lower. Okay, so if we look at Inari, the breakout entry will be somewhere around at 3.59 area. Okay, and as of right now, for those who enter last Friday, they are still in profit. And if you ask me, what should you be doing right now? Is you can set your stop loss to be somewhere around 3 ringgit 52 cents. Okay, 3 ringgit 52 to 3 ringgit 52 to 53 cents. And if you don't want to set just right before the 3 ringgit 50 cents, then you can set at 3 ringgit 48 cents. Okay, because if we see a very strong selling and coming in today or tomorrow or within next week, we will see a strong reversal signal breaking below the 3.52 area, and that would indicate quite a number of buyers trapped right over here. And eventually, as the selling project going lower, we will see the selling to develop further. Okay, potentially down to the supports around at 3.36. Okay, and that might happen if we see the price trade below 3 ringgit 52 cents. Okay, this area. Okay, so if you're having this position, you might want to set up a mind that you are prepared if the reversal really happened, you want to cut loss. And if you are worried, it might mean that you are over trading it, and you might want to reduce our position, since if you're holding Inari, you might still in a profit state or in a break even. Okay, if you look at DNO as they payment ask. Okay, similarly on DNO, we can see this is a potential reversal signal with the reversal confirmations at the break of 5 ringgit 50 cents. Okay, that's about another 5% away from current price. Okay, and if you don't want it to be so far, you can take yesterday low 5 ringgit 65 cents. If it break below, then you might want to start reducing some of your positions with the reversal confirmation at 5 ringgit 50 cents. Okay, area. All right. Okay, so if we are seeing the when it break below 5 ringgit 65, the volume increase. Okay, the volume increase, then this might be a strong signal that the selling is strong. Okay, however, if the volume remain low, okay, as of right now we are seeing volume is not too much. If the volume remain staying low, then you might want to hold it and try to fight for it, because it might just hold above 5 ringgit 50 cents, telling us that this is just a retracement and rebound further. Okay, so technically, this is what we are seeing. It should hold above 5 ringgit 50 cents for DNO if the upward trend remain persists. Okay, if you look at gray tech wise, similarly, the gray tech support that we are looking at it is around 6 ringgit 87 cents. Okay, but the rebound isn't that strong on wasn't that strong on Friday. So if anytime if we break below 6 ringgit 55 cents, we might see a further it will test the recent low of 6 ringgit 73 cents. Okay. Yeah. So as of right now, at this point for Greatech, we are seeing it's more towards sideways as of right now. Okay. And for those who are still looking to buy, you can look at 7 ringgit 20 cents. If we break above 7 ringgit 20 cents, it is telling us the buying interest is still strong and it might develop into an uptrend. Okay, so hopefully that this Evergrande event is not gonna last too long, and our local sentiment able to recover in near term. Okay. So similar on Penta, okay, we can see Penta also have a very good long green bar, and then it is stalling today. Okay. For Penta, if the buying interest is it needs to continue to trade higher, we should see that it should hold above 5 ringgit 20 cents. Okay, where the bearish reverses continue bearish reversal confirmation will come into at the break for of 5 ringgit 10 cents. And if it able to rebound above 5 ringgit 35 cents, then we might see a very strong move, and the parabolic SAR will develop from there for Penta. Okay, so basically you can see all these counters, the tech counters, they are having a very similar patterns. So what you can do is you use the long bar, the Friday low, okay, or Thursday low as a confirmation of reversal, whereby if it really reverse and break below, then that is telling us that we might really want to take a stop loss on that. Okay, and if it able to break above Friday high, then we might see a stronger move from that. Okay, so let's hope that um, the pullback on the technology is just a temporary one, because as of right now, we are not seeing strong selling pressure right over here happening. Okay, we are not seeing strong selling pressure. Maybe it is just because on today is the first day, and we will have to look for tomorrow or even Wednesday to look for more signal if there is buying support for the tech stocks. Okay. If we look at my news that Andrew is asking, okay, basically what we are seeing on my news is after the breakout of 98 cents to 1 ringgit, it had a very sharp reversal. Okay, you can see this is a very sharp reversal telling us that the 98 cents breakout 1 ringgit is the false break and it is trading lower. Okay, likely what is likely to happen is we are likely to see the minus to trade to 80 cents to 83 cents support. So when it comes to 80 to 83 cents support for minus, we might see some buying interest, buying support coming in after the share price has retraced more than 20% for my news. Right. Okay. MYEG. Okay. MYEG is very interesting. Okay. Um, we are seeing MYEG has been going on the selling. Okay. This is the bonus issue. This is the bonus issue happening right over here, and we can see after the just like this is the bonus issue actually. Okay, the bonus issue that happened, and after the bonus issue, the share price has been declining, and I would say that this is quite normal actually, because before the bonus issue and after we have the new PM, we can see MYG has been shooting up high and moving up strongly. So after the bonus issue, for those who wants the bonus issue, who are getting the bonus issue, some of them they might sell off their shares to get out. And many times, if we look at some of the counters they issue bonus issue after the bonus issue, they tend to the share price tend to retrace and go sideways before able to regain momentum and trade higher. But if you are doing a long-term investment, the selling after the bonus issue is actually a period of time where the share price is readjust and it gives some good opportunity for long-term investor to get back into this counter. Okay, and one thing very interesting about MYEG is on last Friday I was coming across a news about the MC about the MCMC is looking into um, is looking into develop a national mobile applications, and the mobile application will focus on activities such as accessing government digital services, bill payment, traffic summons, renewal of the driving license, and road tax audits. And as of last Friday article, no party is mentioned that who gonna be the one who do the development, the project, and when is the tendering, all this thing happening. Okay, but as of what we know is when we talk about like summons on renewal of driving license, all this thing, all this work it has always involved MYG, but we do not know whether this time MYG will be the one who able to get to develop the mobile application or not. But if that really happens, that will be a good news and a strong catalyst for MYEG. Okay, telling us that the connections with the current government, and it is still getting project from the governments. Okay, so for those who are interested in MYG, Xiaoqing, I think that you might want to follow on this news closely and see the development from that, and that could be one of the news and also channel that are able to contribute to the sentiment for MYEG. All right. Okay. Chris is asking about energy stocks. Okay, energy stock. If we look at some of the energy stocks, you mentioned Dayang. Most of them they are not trending, not in a very strong trend, except for RL. I actually watching on RL because we can see RL is forming a quite a strong bullish reversal on last Friday, but today unfortunately due to the market sentiments, it wasn't able to develop further. Okay, but if we look at the oil price, okay, if we look at oil price, let's look at just okay, let's look at the Brent crude. Okay, if we look at Brent crude oil, we can see that Brent crude oil still hovering near the high. Okay, and with many of the countries they are talking about opening up their economies, they are relaxing their SOP or this thing. Hopefully, it stimulates the traveling sites. Okay, a more relaxed criteria and also the SOP for those who are traveling and for those who already got vaccinated entering their countries. And with all this happened, it might put a temporarily it might continue to stimulate the demands for the crude oil. Okay, and I think I remember I read through a news talking about the US side is also limiting the supply of the crude oil. Okay, that one is US crude oil, and that could put a limited downside for the crude oil, but and meanwhile maintaining the price to be somewhere around above 70 to $75. So for crude oil wise, we are likely to see the crude oil price continue to stable, but we don't see too strong catalysts until we are seeing a more positive development in the opening up of the economies in all the nations. Okay, so if that really happened and we're able to come up with something more vivid on the traveling, tourism, all this thing, which gonna spur the demand for the crude oil, and from there we are likely to see all these oil and gas company to perform better. But as of right now, the technical performance, the technical outlook for all these oil counters, you can see most of them they are heading lower. Okay, not many of them they are trading higher, except for RL and KNM. Okay, KNM. It's not about the oil. Okay, it was having some of the corporate announcement, all this thing going on, and then the share price rallied from 18 cents to 32 cents, and right now is hovering near the 25 cents area. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some of the message. Okay, and unfortunately our time is running off. Okay, so I'm gonna focus on some of those who are our top fans, and also share our video out and some of more interesting counters. Okay, that I haven't covered. Okay, so Chan Might, who thank you for sharing our videos. Okay, you're asking about the IGB commercial rates that listed in Bursa today. Okay, yeah, so we can see that IGB commercial rates, which we the share price dropped quite a fair bit. Okay, IGB commercial rate is currently trading around at 1.6 billion market cap, and it is actually about 50% discount from its total property values of 3.2 billion. And why is it dropped that much? Is because they started the book building since the one ringgit, but they wasn't getting good response from markets and also from the fund managers. Okay, so the demand wasn't that great, and then they reduced to 83 cents or and even to 71 cents recently. So given such a weak demand, we are seeing the share price not going to perform, and they are investors are not putting their money into REITs, especially these new ones at this moment. So that's why we are seeing the share price unable to sustain. Okay, and if you want to know a little bit more, um, you can find that is quite a very detailed article on the Age. Okay, this morning I was going through some of the news, and yeah, I come across this. Yep, you can see, yeah, it's slipped below the IPO price, and you can read quite a number of the things what is happening on this IGB commercial rates. What's happening right over here? Okay, yeah, and that actually explain quite a reason what is happening, all this thing. Okay, so you can see it only have valid acceptance of only 78%, which normally during IPO we are seeing oversubscribed by how many times, all this thing, and that is not the case for this IGB commercial rates. Okay. All right, Mr. Ang. Okay, Mr. Ang Ahui is asking about the deep drop in Top Glove. Okay, as you guys know, Top Glove has announced their result on last Friday. Okay, and the result wasn't a really a good one. Okay, if we go to Malaysia stock piece, okay, we should able to see Top Glove result. Yep. Okay. So we can see Top Glove results is like a normal distribution curve. Okay, it's heading lower this time, and we can see it's down by 70% quarter on quarter and 53% year on year. Okay, and coupled with the talk about the declining average selling price, and also the im- the impact of the competitiveness from the the new China glove makers. So all these are the reasons which contribute the bearish sentiment in the glove counters. Okay, so if we look at Top Glove wise, on Friday after the result announced, we can see the rebound was erased and turned into a stronger selling move. Okay, so for Top Glove wise, as of right now, we are seeing the selling is building up with strong volume, and it might continue trend lower. Okay, And if you ask me why is the potential support for Top Glove, okay, if we look at the previous chart right over here, suppose 3 ringgit is the wrong figure and we are seeing quite a stalling at around 3 ringgit right over here, and 3 ringgit should be a strong support. Today we are seeing 2 ringgit 89 cents, and if we don't see a strong rebound in next few days, then we are pretty much can confirm that 3 ringgit support is already broken, and the next one it might go to is 2 ringgit 10 cents. Okay, in between there is not many supports in between. So for those who are looking for support for Top Glove, you may use every 10 cents or every 20 cents. Okay, from 2 ringgit 89 cents, then it's 2 ringgit 80 cents, 2 ringgit 70 cents, up to 2 ringgit 50 cents, or even going lower. And I think I read through some of the reports released by some IBs and also analysts. One of them is Maybank, who is giving a sell rating with a target price of 1 ringgit 68 cents as of okay. So Top Glove is definitely going on downtrend, and as of right now, I do not advise to just buy and catch the falling knife lah. Okay, this is not advisable to catch the falling knife. Okay, Kenny Yap, all right, is asking about MJ Perak. Okay, sorry. Okay, for MJ Perak, we can see it's really just on sideway. We are seeing some buying interest, buying volume surge, but normally that happens somewhere around 42 to 45 cents. So as the price is trading at the lower range, we don't see too strong trading interest on this counter until the price able to stabilize above 40 cents. Okay. Okay, as of Tome is hitting the support at 90 cents level. Okay, if we talk about Tome, we might want to look into the gold price. If we look into gold price, okay, if we look into gold price, okay, basically as of right now, despite that US index is trading lower, gold is not forming a strong rebound or trading higher. It's still below 1800 levels, and it's just trading on sideways with a downward bias. Okay, usually when the index is coming lower, gold as a safe haven, or the US dollar as a safe haven, they will attract quite a significant buying interest, as some of them they want to just reduce their holding on the riskier assets and go into all these safe haven assets. But as of today, we are not seeing too strong interest in the gold. Okay, but if we look at the dollar index, we are seeing a strong rebound in the dollar index. People are more focused going into the dollar index as a safe haven as of right now rather than the gold. Okay, so for Tome, we are not seeing a strong volume, and also it is just approaching the support of Tome. We might see some buying support coming in for Tome, but unlikely we will see a very strong surge breaking above 1 ringgit in near term. Okay, it might just a technical rebound from the support for Tome. Okay, Jennifer. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go through some of the counters by top fan. Okay, so so for Jennifer, it's asking about KGB. Okay, if you look at KGB, today is the T2. Is the T2 after the rally on 15. So 15, for those who bought on 15, today is the due for settlements, and tomorrow will be the fourth selling day. So I'm expecting a little bit more selling pressure coming in during the afternoon section today and even tomorrow for the pullback. Okay, so shall the buying interest for KGB gonna hold well, then we should see the price able to hold above 50% of the recent rally. So if we use the Fibonacci, it should hold above somewhere around 1 ringgit 58 cents, about this level. Okay, so if we're able to see the price to start rebounding around 1 ringgit 58 cents or even 1 ringgit 65 cents, we might see a rebound to retest the high for KGB. Okay. Okay. Encik Muhammad Hifzuddin, okay, is asking about EFOS. Okay. EFOS wise, we can see EFOS is basically trading on just on sideways ranging. Okay. Nothing too fancy about EFOS, but this is the range that we are seeing on EFOS. And if you want to trade on all this kind of range bound trading, you can consider to use RSI. Okay, where you can find the RSI from here. Okay, RSI from here, when it is rebounding near or below the oversold region, then you can consider for a buy. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so when I look through, I saw some is asking about solar counter. Okay, so if we look at like SolarVest, okay, basically we are seeing a strong rebound on SolarVest, but immediately it reversed. SolarVest is basically trading on sideways. If we look at SciPark has a better formation whereby the price is moving above the moving average and also the bottoming parts at 97 cents. Okay, I would say so. SciPark has a better technical formation compared to SolarVest as of right now. Okay, however, for SciPark wise, the price have to maintain above 97 cents in order to stay positive. Otherwise, if if the price break below 97 cents, then the upward view for SciPark will also faded. Okay, so for renewable energy wise, it's still going on sideways with SciPark having a better view. And if we look at Samaden wise, Samaden is trading at the support, the box of the support. Okay, so like what I was sharing with you guys just now, it is sitting at the oversold region of the RSI. So if we see a rebound from here, maybe above 1.21 cents, then you can consider that if you want to do a short-term buy or not, or a rebound to 1.27 cents or even 1.35 cents. So this is one of trick to trade on a ranging trend. Okay. However, you definitely want to keep your stop loss at the low as of this below this low, which is 1.15 cents. Okay, so for renewable energy, it has been quiet for quite some time, and we are seeing SciPark having some trading interest. SolarVest last Friday also have quite a fair bit of trading volume, all this thing coming in, but Segmenter is pretty much quiet and it is hitting the spot. So I think renewable energy is still good to have a look, okay, and look for any rebound signal, okay, for Samaden. Okay. Okay, Angela is asking about VS. We talk about VS. Okay. Brandon is asking about Fajar and Us. Okay, Brandon. Okay, so I'm gonna do the very last one for today, which is Fajar. Okay. Fajar Construction Company, and okay, we can see Fajar, it hits previous high and immediately it formed the reversal. Okay, the reversal is sharp. Okay, we can see the reversal is very sharp, whereby in 2 days it dropped pretty much near to the support level. okay, I will see that this level is the support level. This is the strong support level around 77 to 78 cents over here. Okay, but it will be a very strong decline. Okay, from 87 cents. Right. So what we are seeing right here today is Faja has almost covered the gap. You can see right over here is the gap. It has almost covered the gap. And if the strong trading interest should stay intact, we should see 80 cents to 81 cents should hold and start rebounding. And if that really happens, we are seeing today the selling volume is still weak. And if that really happened, we should see a very sharp rebound happening on Faja back to the 85 to 86 cents area for Faja. And from there, we should see a stronger move for Faja. However, if we see the selling to continue to back to 78 cents or even below 78 cents, then the positive view on Faja is likely to be slightly much weaker than expected, and the upward continuation trend might not continue in short term. Okay, yep. So as of right now, given such a weak market sentiment that happening across most of the indexes happening across the world, I would say that we really want to be more cautious in picking our stocks and reduce some of the speculative counters and also high risk counter, and keep some cash on hand. All right. Okay. Well, for those who have the mind, still have the mind, have the focus to trade, do try to employ shorter term trading methods. Okay. And for those who want to do some bargain hunting, buying chips, try to focus on some of the defensive counters or blue chips, good strong fundamental counters at the cheap price near the supports. Okay, so that will be all for today's sessions. And sorry I couldn't answer to all the questions. Okay, Mr. Leo, we talked about MYG earlier. Okay, so you can after this video, you can play back the video, and you can look through some of the comments. Okay, thank you everyone for your time, and we shall see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.